Dwarfs. Stripping naked, you see. No, not quite naked, love, no. And I put this rather delectable corduroy jacket down here. Someone's cold coffee cup, but let's not dangle an arm in it. And yes, I'll put this one on. As you can see, it's got Red Dwarf on the back. It's sort of slightly un-Red Dwarf kind of lettering, but that's what makes it interesting, perhaps. And it's got Ship's Smeghead on the front. So you can imagine when I was given this jacket, I can't remember when it was. It was after one of the series, I think. It was a sort of present from the production team, I think. And you can imagine why I don't wear it out. Because, you know, people can see me in a pub or something, you know, wearing this thing and go, that's the bloke from Red Dwarf. And he's wearing a Red Dwarf jacket. Why is he wearing a Red Dwarf jacket? So, to me, it's no real use, but it fits me quite well. That's the disappointing thing. I could have sort of taken off all these Red Dwarf references and used this jacket. But anyway, so I'm seeing myself the first time in it, and as I said, towards the end of this session, we will auction it off. So someone has a chance of taking this fine jacket and using it and enjoying it for, you know, for the future. Anyway, let's concentrate on the job in hand. Welcome everyone, nice to see you all. Good turnout, good room, good everything. First question, please.
Hi, Chris.
Hello there.
In Back to Earth, there wasn't really, probably deliberately, there wasn't really an answer given as to which version of Rimmer you were actually playing. Sort of whether it was original Rimmer brought back or later Rimmer dead again. Sort of, did you really, when you were playing it, did you have any sort of idea in mind as to what version of the character you were, or did you really not care in the slightest?
I didn't care in the slightest. That's not true. I care deeply about every syllable I utter as Rimsey. But I didn't think I didn't sort of spend all day, you know, wondering which version it was. To be honest, I know that's not a very full answer to your question, but no, I mean, I you know, it was, I don't know. Ask Doug tomorrow. But no, I mean, obviously, if it's Rimmer, it's Rimmer. To me, I had enough to think about, thinking, Christ, it's 10 years since we've done this, and, you know, I've been losing hair at the front of my head. How am I going to get that side parting in, you know? So, yeah, I had, you know, Danny's got the wigs to sort of, you know, hide behind, and Robert's got the mask, you know, and unfortunately I've just got me, you know. So, yeah, it was just, I was more concerned about how easily we'd click back into character. And fortunately, I think we did. It was just maybe a stop too far to sort of worry about what level of Rimsey we need to do. It was just to sort of vaguely get Rimsey right. So that was good. You know, that was what I wanted and aimed for. So there's a deeply unsatisfactory answer to that question.
If you accepted a job at Top Gear and once it were because somebody was leaving, who would you like to replace and why?
Excellent question. If I was, well, Top Gear, right, first of all, let me just tell you, get the cards on the table for me, like Top Gear is to me, and I'm way out of step with the rest of the world on this, I prefer Top Gear in the old days. Yeah. When they used to talk about, you know, camshaft profiles and things like that, you know, really technical top. And I can understand why they all said we've got to change it, make it much more, you know, user-friendly, if you like, much more open the audience up a bit, you know, get all sorts of people, different people. And basically what it is now, it's sort of latter-day Marx Brothers, isn't it? It's kind of all about the three presenters, you know, and the chemistry they have is fantastic, and the trips they do are great, although I think they're beginning to run out of steam a bit, personally. And, you know, I did a job with James May at the Goodwood Revival a couple of years ago, and he said the same thing. He sort of said, actually, Top Gear should have ended about 3 series ago, because we ran out of ideas then. And without, not just because I work with him then, but he probably is. I met all 3 guys on Top Gear, and I would say that I prefer James May just because I just like his sense of humour and his, you know, his character, if you like. Richard Hammond, strangely enough, I think is preferable on his own when he presents stuff on his own. He gets a little bit carried away in Top Gear, you know, with the three of them there. And Clarkson, well, I don't know. Again, I'm a huge fan of Clarkson. I think he, you know, very funny, very witty, very good, but, you know, I think Hammond would be the one. So to answer your question, I'd like Hammond to stay. Sorry, I'd like May, so James May is my favourite. I want him to stay so I can work with him. And between Hammond and Clarkson to stay, yeah, kick out Clarkson and Hammond stays.
Chris, what was it like in seeing Back to Earth when the female Harley hologram, Katerina Bartokowski, turned up? Was it a good scene?
Yes, it was. She's a great actress. Quite chilling actually in the sort of portrayal of the sort of anti-hologram persona, and a lovely person to work with. But obviously I got the better of her at the end, pushing her out in front of the basket show. We know what's going to happen here. But yes, it was very good. She was a brilliant actress, and I hope, you know, I know she's married into royalty now, but I hope that doesn't thwart her acting career, because she's a superb actor, and you know, it was very good to work with her. Sophie, yeah, good. It was good, very positive.
Chris, we've got a question from the gentleman here.
Oh, yes.
We'd like to know, do you prefer to play the part of Rimmer or Mr Brittas?
Rimsey or Brito? I don't really know. You know, you do these things, you do these characters because you're offered the job. You do the best, the job to the best of your ability at the time. I mean, ultimately, I think Red Dwarf has been the better show, and that's been the show that's been the spine of my career and has helped me get lots of other parts. It's the show that a lot of people, most people will probably remember. It's critically acclaimed, it's got awards, all that sort of thing. Brittas was very much a more mainstream show. So Red Dwarf, I would always say, is the stronger show of the two, of course. But Brittas was easier to do. So, obviously talking about Brittas is too much for this person. They're leaving British Empire jump, is it? But no, it's Brittas, you know, I had one costume to wear. We used to shoot it down at the Leisure Centre in September, you know, and then in the BBC. So it's a much more comfortable, easier show to do. So in that respect, I enjoyed Brittas. But Red Dwarf, you knew you were making something that was going to last for a long, long time. So I hope that explains it. Red Dwarf, you know, we could be at 11 o'clock at Sunbury water pumping station in freezing water up to your, you know, knees in the middle of January, and Doug would be going, yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, Chris, would you mind the water being up to here? Yeah, you'd only have to stand there for about an hour. While I decide if it's funny. Could you do that? Could you do that for me? Yeah, good, great. You go and do that, and then you come back and go, I don't like the water. What if, Chris, you're going to hate me? I'm thinking, why? Why? I don't hate you. But that's a slight exaggeration. But yes, so, and you know, good old Howard Burden, you know, those amazing costumes he would knock up in the shed outside in Shepperton, or his office, stroke shed. You know, sometimes had the odd pin left in them. You know, when you're sort of kneeling down like that, you know, suddenly you get a pin in the jab in the arm. So, you know, it was a less comfortable show to do, but we were making stuff, as I say, that was going to last for a long, long time, you know. So, equally enjoyable, but with Red Dwarf being the better show.
I've got one down here, Chris.
Okay.
Hi, Chris.
Hi.
If Rimmer had an extendable fork, what do you think he would use it for?
Use this as a
inspiration?
Extendable form. That's a very, very interesting thing. How did you do this, Bob? I'm slightly more interested in how you did this. Is this something you buy in the shops?
Yes. Best way counts with respect.
Well, it's essentially a radio aerial with a form on it. You kind of couldn't really use it like that.
You could. It's good at stealing other people's food.
It's telescopic, of course. Yes. What exactly that? Wow, this is extendable. What would I use this extendable for? Back scratching, yes. Maybe to prod Danny John Jules when he's forgotten his line. I think it's got quite, can't be seen somewhere. Or use it as a car aerial. It would look quite good on my Range Rover. Have you got a nice version of it?
Make one.
There you go. The back scratcher is probably the most practical, if rather boring, kind of reason to have it on. No, I am most intrigued by that. I'll give it back because lunch is coming up. There you go. Excellent. What a thing. Well done. Well done. I don't think anyone else has got anything quite that interesting in the room, have they? Who's next? Match that.
Hi Chris, you do a brilliant Kenneth Williams. Can you do Frankie Hand?
Oh yes, don't doze off, madam, no. Yes.
Thank you. I used to. I never really did it in the day, but obviously he was such a sort of cliche. Mike Yarwood did do a very good version of him, and it was kind of stock impersonation to do in those days. But obviously Kenneth Williams covered that era for me. And of course Ronnie Corbett. I'm not really in here. And of course you may like it or you may not. Paul Daniels, not a dancer. By the way, how many people here is your first dimension jump? Excellent. A big round of applause for the first dimension jumpers. And first dimension jumpers, are you enjoying dimension jump so far?
Yeah.
Great. Let's crack on with another question. Oui.
Hi, we all know that women like to use Napoleon and everything, and use dictators. Who's your favourite dictator?
Who's my own personal favourite dictator? Well, not Napoleon. He was slightly French. Do we have any French people in today? Do we have any foreign people in today? Any foreign's very old-fashioned. European people in today? Yes, we do. Shout out to where you're from?
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic, I have to say, is a very strong area from a particular place to get letters, actually. So all those in the Czech Republic, welcome. It's great to get the letters from you, and I hope that you get my occasional replies back. And photographs and things. So anywhere else apart from Czech Republic?
America.
America, of course, yes. America's always been a strong following for the dwarf and science fiction as well. Where were we going with this? Sorry, that's your question. A dictator, right? Dictator. My all-time favourite dictator. Well, no one really likes a dictator, do they?